and virtues that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions and Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam tells us about children. In some hadith, the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam reminds us that when a person passes away, there are very few things that can add to the person's reward even after his demise. And one particular thing is a child who makes dua for the parent. And that child is like a sadaqah jariyah who constantly asks for forgiveness. In another hadith, we learn that whoever has daughters and he raises them well and he gives them the proper tarbiyah and love and affection, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's messenger and that person on the Day of Judgment will be close like his two fingers. There's so many benefits and virtues that we learn about children, but equally important is the caution and the responsibility that we need to bear on our shoulders, understanding that the future of the children primarily rests in the hands of the parents. The decisions that we make about our children, what education will they get? What type of lifestyle will they live? Do I want them to have, at a young age, people who are around them that are healthy or unhealthy? Am I mindful of the time that we spend together? Or do I think that just like my parents had a particular routine, I have to use that routine as well? Will that work or not? These are very important questions we need to ask ourselves, because as we spoke about last night, on the Day of Judgment, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will be handing out the reckoning, and everyone will be asked to present their book of deeds, and certain people will be told that, listen, you lived a life that was unhealthy. And their first response will be, I lived a life that's unhealthy not because of my own doing, but as I'm growing up, I wasn't given the proper avenues of Islamic learning. I wasn't given the right direction. So we need to be very cognizant of our decisions. But equally important, and I'm going to end off on this, and inshallah we'll talk about this more in the future, is that there is a degree to which we are concerned, but we also have to give ourselves a bit of a break. We don't need to over-stress to the point that anytime something goes wrong, I immediately think it's because I haven't done a good job as a parent. We need to be aware that the challenges out there for the youth, for the children, for everybody are so much. Oftentimes there are conversations with parents who would say, you know what, I made it a point on the weekends, my children were getting their education, I sent them to Islamic school, I made them memorize the Quran, I used to give them so much love and affection. Despite all of this, it's as though I can't recognize my child anymore. That's fine, because sometimes things will happen that are out of control. As parents, our concern should be what is within our control. And after that, after a particular age, it's not that it's not our responsibility anymore, but we should not always berate ourselves and we should not always guilt trip ourselves that I've done a lousy job. We do our best, and the rest we leave in the hands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. How that is done, inshallah, we'll talk about in light of the Quran and Sunnah in the upcoming days. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala inspire us to be the best of parents. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala inspire us to be the best of children. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow us to get direction in these very challenging times. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. Jazakumullahu khairan. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.